Good evening, guys. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. What? I'm sorry that I didn't start the vlog earlier and show you guys what I was doing this morning. It's about 6 p.m. now. I was not doing anything super exciting. I was really just looking at the internet for hours upon hours upon hours. I watched some Pretty Little Liars. I don't know if you guys watched that, but it was totally an exciting episode and I liked it. If you guys watch it, let me know in the comments because I would like to know your theories on a couple of things. I forgot that the mirror was like directly behind me. Well, now it's next to me here, but you can see my bum in the mirror, so I was gonna move so that you couldn't see my bum in the mirror. So yeah. A few days ago, or actually no, it was probably more than a few days. It was probably like months ago. I think I showed you guys that I make our calendars because I like them to be like super huge so I can write lots of stuff in them. And I asked him at his work, I'm like, do you think you guys could print like a large calendar for me so I don't have to draw it out every time? He was like, oh yeah, I'll ask somebody and see, see what they can do. So he brought this home. I wish I had a banana for scale because it is large. Check it out in the mirror. It is almost as tall as I am. No, it's boob. It's to my boobs. It's pretty large. I'm gonna unroll it and show you guys. It is huge. That's it. It's actually, that's our bed. So just to give you an idea of how large it is, I think what I'm gonna do is probably just cut it up so that it's, cause it's the entire month, like it's the whole year of 2013. So I think I'm gonna cut it up. To be really honest with you, these are not as big as I would like. I'd like them to be humongous squares so I can write like the whole day on it. That's usually what I do. I'll probably cut this up though and put it somewhere else. That's my big calendar. If you follow Tim on Twitter, you probably saw that he had a little bit of a rough day today because he updated his phone and it got rid of everything in his phone. He restored it and so now it's totally fine. Like he's got everything back. But he also on his drive home, his fan belt broke. And then I didn't actually have my phone next to me, so I didn't know he was calling me. And so then his parents had to go and bring him a fan belt, and I just felt really bad. He's been having kind of a rough day.
And that was one of the worst days ever. I'm going to sit down for this one. This morning I got the message, it's like, hey, you got a new update for your phone. I'm like, sweet, I like updates. And it's the description of the update was like, fixes for the iPhone 4S, the one that I have, that makes it so that you have better cell phone reception or something silly like that. So I'm like, oh, sweet, that's me. Download. Downloads it, installs it, and it's like, you need to restore your phone. Please connect to iTunes. I couldn't do anything without connecting it to iTunes. So I connect to iTunes, restores it as new. I'm like, awesome. I gotta go to work. So I go to work, don't have a cell phone. I had a cell phone, but it's useless because it was just a phone. Like, we don't just have phones. It was useless all day long. Didn't use it. Started driving home. Actually, even worse, we had to let a guy go at work who was a really hard worker, and he was, I enjoyed having him there. Now that he's gone, my job's going to be harder because I have to take on his responsibilities too. On the way home, driving along here, I'm like, what was that? And I looked down, my light came on, pulled over, opened up the hood, broken fan belt. That car runs on, is air cooled. So you can't run it without the fan. Like, do not run that car without the fan or else it will overheat really fast. So I sat on the side of the road for a minute, let it cool off just a little bit. I had another fan belt with me because I figured that might happen eventually. Got underneath the hood, tried putting the fan belt on. While I'm doing this, the road ranger, we have these guys that come along the side of the road and help out broken down cars. Comes along and he's like, so what's going on there? I was like, the fan belt broke. You got an extra one? He's like, no. So I'm putting on this fan belt. Every time that I put it on and I start up the car, it just flies off. I'm like, what the heck? So called my dad. I was like, hey dad, do you have any extra fan belts? He's like, oh yeah, we had a whole box that came with the car. I'll bring them to you. Where are you at? I'm like, I'm on I-4. So I said, I'll get off at this exit and get into the gas station right here. So I was like, how do I drive this car without making it overheat? What I would do is I would start it up, drive it until it hits second gear, quick shift into neutral and turn it off and just coast. Took me a good amount of time to get up the off ramp and to the gas station and everything, but I did it without overheating the car. And it was actually really funny because what I would do is I would drive it really fast and then turn it off and then just coast, and then I would be coasting until as much as I could. Like I would not hit the brakes until, because I was going uphill, until I would stop and then start to go backwards, then I would hit the brakes. Finally my dad got there, we got the belt switched out, car started up beautifully, drove it home, parked it here, got home, ate some dinner, edited the video. When it's like, hey, it's time for me to change the belt, or fix the belt, tighten it up a little bit more, put a guard on it so that it doesn't fly off anymore. It's raining now, so I can't go out and work on the car. So this might happen again tomorrow. The good news is I did get my phone restored back to a previous backup that I did a month ago. The bad news is there was a clip that I filmed in Sam's yesterday about the Cheddar Bay biscuits that I was going to show you guys from my phone, but it's disappeared. It's gone. So I
made like a joke and he, oh, I'm sorry. I was just looking at this calendar and I couldn't figure out because July has it at the bottom of the month and like October has it at the top. I'm like, what kind of crazy calendar is this? But then I just realized that the calendar's not crazy. I am. So yay. I was talking to Tim and I'm like, I didn't film anything today because I didn't have my camera. I forgot my camera. So I went out and I shop kicked and like grocery shopped and stuff like that. And I didn't film any of it. And then he was a little bit upset because he had a really rough day and I didn't do any of the things that I said I was going to do. So I'm doing it now. And I promise to you guys and to Tim that I will be filming throughout the day. And I know I said this yesterday and the day before and it didn't really happen, but I promise. This time I promise. I'm doing it. Another question that I had for you guys too is that I don't have on any makeup today. And the reason why is because I've been really breaking out like right in this area, which I know is kind of obvious in the vlogs here. And then I also on this side, I needed to like let my face breathe because the makeup was just making it worse. So I wondered, and I think I've asked you guys this in the past, but I wondered if you guys have any like home remedies that you that really works for you. I have pretty much like combination skin, like I'm either like oily or dry. It's kind of like one or the other. So if there's anything that really works for you guys that's not like crazy expensive or even like home remedies. I know somebody once told me to take egg whites and whip them and then use that as a mask. I didn't actually try it, so I don't know if it works, but stuff like that where it's like things that you may have in your home is those are the kinds of things that I'll be interested in hearing about. It's something that I've been really trying to work on. My skin for whatever reason is just like freaking out. I think it's because we're going on vacation and I'm having like a little bit of like a lot of anxiety actually about traveling and just being on the plane, and I think it's just really making my skin like freak out. Wearing makeup on top of your like spots and pimples and stuff is really not good. So I wonder like if you guys have any suggestions or anything that you do that really works for you. That's why I don't have any makeup on today though, because I'm just really like letting everything, and you're not supposed to touch your face, I know, but I'm just letting everything just really mellow out is what I'm hoping for. You know that moment when you've filmed a clip? Oh, Bandit, you're not supposed to be up here. Look at him wagging his tail. Get down. Get down. Get down. Yeah. Armani's being good over there in his little bed. Good boy, Monty. But you know that feeling when you've filmed an entire clip and then your battery dies? You're like halfway. I guess you didn't film an entire clip. You filmed half a clip. And then your battery dies and you're like... Really? The clip that I filmed was, I was just talking about we're getting ready to go to England. So in order for me to get ready, I have been watching The Only Way is Essex. That's actually a Trojan commercial, not The Only Way is Essex. That's awkward. But I've been watching The Only Way is Essex to like get really fluent and British and like make sure that I can understand everybody, which I really can't. I can't understand a word that these people are saying. So this should be fun. My favorite character, like by far on this show, is Nanny Pat. She is awesome. I love her. I wanted to show you guys my dinner as well. I've been trying really hard to stay healthy. I know I talked about it in the video yesterday where I'm going to try super hard to just live a healthier lifestyle. So I've got some salmon and some veggies. So I just wanted to show you guys it's working. It's definitely going to happen.
On to happier news. I know that Jen was watching that crazy Only Way is Essex show. What she's doing is she's practicing for when she has to do... We have a challenge that we're going to do with them is we're going to try to do an entire day of switching accents where they do an American accent and we do a British accent, but it might not last the entire day. We'll see how long it goes for. She's practicing so she can be really good at it. I'm just going to wing it, Well, it's official. I am an old man, 8 o'clock, and I fell asleep on the couch. So I'm going to take this as a sign and I'm going to go to sleep. So I will see you guys tomorrow, and now it's time to pay the price.